I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'll kill the lot of you, and I'll torch your cookhouse.
Alright, Trevor, alright. Shut up, man. Calm down, calm down. Hi, guys. How you doing? Model Muppet here. Having a look at some information I've been looking at and reading about. I've done a lot of reading about it. On making money with a stock exchange in Grand Theft Auto. Now, I'm going to start off with the bad news. Because the chances are, if you want to do this legitimately, without any cheat codes, anything, any glitches, any hacks, anything like that. If you want to do this legitimately, you might have to start your game again. I certainly did. And the reason is that I chose to do some assassination missions with Franklin. And these are the only missions that really manipulate the stock market. So I'm afraid, guys, what you need to do, if you've already done those, is you have to do a new game. Now the good news is, it's not that bad. You know, the main story isn't that long, and it's good fun to go through. It's good fun to do the missions again. I'm about halfway through doing it again. I'm well past this point. I just recorded some gameplay, so this is just some gameplay to have up while I'm talking about this. Feel free to laugh at my inept sniping and stuff. Yeah, so Franklin gets about 6 missions from Lester, and with each mission he'll tell you that there are things to buy, you know, stocks to buy. And these are the only ones that you can really make big monies. Now, there is also one side mission, and I think this is only available for Michael. There's a side mission where you can pick up this guy and take him to the airport. It's one of those random encounters, but this random encounter will only happen once. So here's what I suggest: start a new playthrough. When it comes to Franklin doing Lester's missions, you have to do the first one before you can progress with the main story. Possibly the second one, but you definitely have to do the first one. Other than that, leave Lester's missions alone until you get to the end, because you want to have, you know, your 20 million or however much you've managed to make from your last score before you start investing in the stock market for those missions. Now, I've put a link in the description that has the details to where I found this information. There's been a lot of different threads about it, a lot of different posts, a lot of different forums, and this is the best one that I've seen that has the best information. And I think you're going to need to do this if you do want to buy those big properties that cost, you know, 50 million, 120 million, 150 million, all that kind of thing. You're going to have to do it. Basically, it breaks down like this. Once you complete the main game and each character has their many millions in their bank accounts, don't start buying any properties yet. Now is the time to go to Franklin and choose your missions. Make sure you save your game at this point. What you're going to need to do is see which stocks are going to be affected by each individual mission. And then before you do that mission, switch to each character and buy up as many stocks as you can for that character, for that stock. Then when you complete the mission, you need to wait a little bit of time, and you'll have about, you know, between 80 or 300% profit depending what mission you're doing. Now obviously if you manage to get, say, 20 million from the last major heist, you know, you've got 20 million in your account, and you start multiplying that and you do that 4 times, you're going to end up with a lot of money. The guy who's posted this link claimed that he made over 2 billion, and I've got no reason to doubt him. It will require some minor other stock manipulation, but basically, if you're wanting to do this, guys, restarting is probably the only way to do it. But you know, like I say, it wasn't bad going through it again either. It wasn't bad. I've quite enjoyed going through it all again. You know, seeing if I can do better on that kind of thing. And it's entertaining going through the story again. It's a bit of a shame, really, that manipulating the stock market outside of those missions doesn't really seem that possible. There are certain stocks that will go up and they'll go down on a regular basis, but people are finding that it's not the same with every player. Like, it's kind of like almost random. So the usual maxims hold true. You know, buy low, sell high. Yeah, you don't have to be a genius to work that one out. But ideally, what you're looking for as well is not just buying low and selling high. It's stocks that have a low, because that will allow you to buy more to make bigger money, if that makes sense. So for example, if a stock is at 400 and it's shown that it's dropped down 50, you might think, well, I'll buy that because it's dropped down a lot and it will go back up again. But because the stock price is so high, you're not going to make that much money. So a stock that might only be, say, 50 and has dropped down 10, if you buy millions of dollars worth of those kind of shares, when it does climb back up, although the climb back up may not be as dramatic, you will make a lot more money. Now, there are different glitches that are out there. There's some kind of glitch about, you know, switching characters and making this suitcase full of money reload again and again and again. That's not me. You know, if you want to do that, fine. You know, I'm not going to kind of judge anyone who does it, but for me, it's not kind of the way that I play. But going through it again with a lesson learned approach, I think, is quite legitimate. So yeah, I'm wondering how many of you guys are like me. How many of you guys did, you know, spend time dicking around trying out loads of different side missions? But I just kind of chose the wrong side missions to do, I guess. But I suspect that a lot of people will have made that mistake. So the important thing is, don't do any of Lester's missions with Franklin unless you have to, unless there are no other missions available. And remember to hang on a little bit, drive around. Sometimes it will look as if there's no other missions available. You drive around for a couple of minutes and you'll get a phone call which will give you another mission. Just make sure you don't do any of those, and make sure as well that you save that mission, the random encounter one. I think it's with Michael, but basically you do not want to do a random encounter that takes a guy to the airport. Me personally, I'm not going to do any more random encounters until I've beaten the main game, just in case there's any more out there that nobody's noticed yet, which is possible. There's a lot of random encounters where you get little hints about where to invest and stuff. Anyway, do check that thread out. You've got the gist of it here, but if you want no more details, do check that thread out. This is Muppet out. Take it easy, guys. Bye.